Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Kiruna Jikuna. I welcome you to the second day. Let me know when we are live. Hey, everyone. I am Dr. Kiruna Jikuna. Let me know when we are live. Hey, everyone. I am Dr. Kiruna Jikuna. When we are live. How is it playing? Are we live?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Kiruna Jikuna. I welcome you all to the second day of the free faculty development program, Creating Tech-Savvy Teachers for Future Classrooms, organized by St. Teresa's Institute of Education in collaboration with EdLearn. Today, we are going to learn about Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, and creating own websites. We are wishing you all a very productive learning experience. And with that, I welcome our expert, Dr. Sandhya Kedekar, to guide us all through today's topic. Over to you, ma'am. All the best.
Video is not audible, Manisha. Voice.
And you have filled the feedback form also. And dear participant friends, I hope you all are at home, you are safe and healthy, but keep learning always. I'm very hopeful that yesterday you must have tried something about Google Classroom, Google Docs, and Google Form. And you have filled the feedback form also. And many of you might have already learned about Google Classroom and the other things, but keep exploring every day, because whenever I use these tools, even from last 2 months, I'm using Google Classroom and Google Docs for various purposes. But whenever I use it, every day I explore something new thing, even in Google Document also. There are many options available where you can again and again try doing. It's a matter of practice only. So keep practicing, keep learning. You will get a lot of happiness out of it. Today, we will be discussing about different platforms from where we can interact with our students. Nowadays, students are at their home. All we teachers are at our home. And we need to communicate with our students. We have to teach our students virtually. So there are different platforms available for all these classrooms. So let me tell you, there are many things coming up. There was a news about Zoom. So many teachers believe that it is not safe for children. Then you can have your own YouTube channel. It's very easy. In tomorrow's session, I will be showing you how to create your own YouTube channel in just 2 minutes and how you can upload your videos. Today, we will be discussing about different platforms which are available to have lectures or to communicate with students, to have meeting with parents or have meeting with your colleague teachers. There are many things available in the market. If you go on the Google and just type some words about finding it out, you will get many things like WebEx is there, GoToWebinar is there, Google Meet is there, Microsoft Teams is there, Zoom is there. So out of these things, which we have to use, that we have to decide. So today we will have a demonstration of two platforms which are very safe and very user-friendly. Because Google Meet is provided by Google, the well-known brand, and it is very safe to use. And we will have demonstration of Microsoft Teams also, which is provided by Microsoft 365. So let us have a demonstration of it. So before going to the demonstration, I would like to say that whenever we learn something, we just see and we forget. But what we have to do is just go on those websites, try doing it, and you will explore new things and you will actually learn it and you will find it that it is very easy to use for your students. And you can actually create a virtual classroom for your student sitting at your home. And one more thing is, if you miss any part of it and if you want to see it again and again, just go on my YouTube channel. Go on youtube.com, type my name, Sandhya Khedekar, and you will be able to see all the videos. So you can again explore it, you can again learn it, and you can have your own Google code for Google Meet also. So for first option, we will go for Google Meet first. For Google Meet, you need your own Gmail account. So if you already have it, it's okay. If you don't have your Gmail account, create your Gmail account, and I'll show you. Let me share my screen with you. When you open your Gmail account, you can see over here that on the left hand side under compose part, there are two options: start a meeting and join a meeting. This is provided by Google Meet. And if you are not able to see over here, you can go right hand side. Here 9 dots are there. And in that, you can see, scroll a little bit, and here one option is there, that is Meet, green color option, which is having a video camera, and click on that option. This kind of screen will be available to you. You can see on the right hand side, there are some faces you can see. So whenever you are in your Google Classroom, you will be able to see the faces of your students. Or you can, here again on left hand side, two options are there. One is start a meeting and second is enter meeting code. So being a participant, if you want to enter any other meeting of your school or your colleagues with your principal or management, you can just enter the code given by the meeting host, and you can enter the code and you can join. Or being a teacher, if you want to start your meeting for your students, you have to click on start a meeting. When we click on start a meeting, this screen comes like this. So here you can see two options are there. One is audio, you can turn off it, or here camera is given. Now I'm already using my front camera of laptop, so my face is visible to you, so this camera will not work here. On right hand side, there are two options, join now and present. If you want to present something to the students, if you want to show some picture or some PowerPoint presentation, some video, you can click on present option. Or if you want to just have a chat with students, if you want to just have a meeting with students, you can click on join now. We will see both options. So when I click on join now, you will be able to see the link provided here. You can just copy the link and you can send this link to the students. Or there is one more way. You can add people from here. You can type the name or email address of the people and you can invite your students from here. So I can select any email ID and I will be able to invite the participant for this Google Meet. Okay. So on this screen, you can see my front web camera is on. My picture
video has paused.
Any problem, ma'am?
Please allow me to share my screen, Manisha.
Yeah. You can share. You can share, ma'am. I have stopped sharing.
Option is not enabled. Screen sharing.
So being a participant, if you want to enter any other meeting of your school or your colleagues with your principal or management, you can just enter the code given by the meeting host and you can enter the code and you can join. Or being a teacher, if you want to start your meeting for your students, you have to click on start a meeting. When we click on start a meeting, this screen comes like this. So here you can see two options are there. One is audio, you can turn off it, or here camera is given. Now I am already using my front camera of laptop, so my face is visible to you, so this camera will not work here. On right hand side, there are two options, join now and present. If you want to present something to the students, if you want to show some picture or some PowerPoint presentation, some video, you can click on present option. Or if you want to just have a chat with students, if you want to just have a meeting with students, you can click on join now. We will see both options. So when I click on join now, you will be able to see the link provided here. You can just copy the link and you can send this link to the students. Or there is one more way. You can add people from here. You can type the name or email address of the people and you can invite your students from here. So I can select any email ID and I will be able to invite the participant for this Google Meet. Okay. So on this screen, you can see if for a front web camera is on, my picture will be available here. My photo can be visible. Then if you go in meeting details, here link is there and attachments are there. If you want to have some attachment, Google Calendar attachment, they are available here. Here mic is there in middle. This is the option for leave call. If you want to leave call or if you want to complete the call, you have to click on here. If you want to see your face in the camera, so it is visible to all the participants. If you want to mute the camera, you can. Then on the right hand side, there are some options available. One is turn on captions. So you can have some captions available over here. And you can write something. If you don't want, you can disable it. Here in Meet also, there is a present now option available. So you can present from here. If I click on this, it will ask me your entire screen, a window or a Chrome tab. If I select entire screen, my entire screen of this laptop will be available. If I click on window, it will ask me for a window. And a Chrome tab is also available if you want to show something online. There are three dots on the right hand side which show more option. In more, the first is change layout. You can change the layout of your screen. Here auto option is always there, so it is better to select this one. But if you want sidebar, if I select on sidebar, so all the faces of my students will be available on the right hand side and my screen will be visible. So my screen and the students' faces. So this is a sidebar. Then spotlight, when you just want to share your screen and all the cameras are off and you don't want to see the faces of children, so you can select this. And tile is also there when you are just communicating or you are explaining something, children are asking some questions to you. You can select this option of tile, so all the faces of children will be visible to you. Then one more option here is there, that is full screen. If you want to have full screen of this, you can have. Those who have used Zoom, so it might be very clear to you. It is very similar to Zoom, but it has some extra options that I will show you. So you can turn on caption option. In setting, if you see, you can have setting of your audio, video and general. So you can select your microphone. If you have attached some other microphone with your laptop or device, you can choose that. You can have video setting. So you can choose the resolution of your camera up to maximum or whatever resolution you want. It will show you two resolution, that is standard definition and high definition. Standard is 360 and high is 720. So you can select any. I always prefer have standard definition. And in general setting, you can improve this product by reporting additional diagnosis if you have any. And here are some beautiful features available, additional features which are not there in other. Report a problem. If you click on this, report a problem. If you face any problem in your Google Meet, you can send that problem to the Google and Google will sort it out. So you can have select this option. Then there is one more option, that is report abuse. So if anyone is troubling you, if anyone is trying to misbehave, you can choose that option always. Or help, in help option, if you click on help, it will take to a new window and very nice facilities available. It will ask you how can I help you. So you can type your question, whatever issue you have, you have to describe the issue in this window. Or it will show you introduction to Google Meet. If you click on it, very beautiful feature. So you can download it on mobile app, accessories and hardware kits to meet Google Meet accessibility. Then how to have setup, requirements of using Google Meet. So all the options are available. You just go on this help option and all answers for your queries or questions will get here on this option. Then start and join video meeting is here. So you will be able to see the video of it, how to start. During the meeting, use Meet with other products, settings, troubleshooting. So all the facilities are available with the help. So you just go on that and explore it. And when I go to back, so it is showing me you have left the meeting. So again, I want to show you the other option when I start on a meeting and there is option of present. So if I click on the present option, it is coming on the right hand side here. So it will ask me that what do you want to present. So here Chrome tab is there. If I click on any Chrome tab or any Google Sheet, I will be able to show my children. So I can show some websites, I can show some YouTube videos also. And if you click on entire screen, your screen will be available here. And application window is also there. So if I just select any of the window, it will be visible to the participant. So this facility is available with present option. So it is showing me that you are presenting, you can stop present, you can present now. And this is very similar to other platforms like Zoom and WebEx. And it is very user friendly. Once you start using it, you will really enjoy it. So whenever you want to take class of your students, you can just provide the ID, the code for your Google Meet, and all the children, they will be joining your meeting with the code provided by you, and you can have wonderful time. Actually, it will give you a feel of Google Classroom, or you are sitting in the classroom and students are in front of you and you are sharing some study material, you want to show some objects, you can demonstrate something in front of the camera, or you can show some models, you can show PowerPoint presentation, you can have online links, you can show YouTube videos, you can show some websites, and it's a wonderful platform to have actual classrooms of the students. So here I would like to say one thing, that this is very safe to use, so you don't have to worry about it. If you face any problem, you can contact Google anytime. There is facility available. You can just report your problem and your problem will get sorted. And now Google has made it free, so you can use it for free. Even if you want to use it on big platform, so for your school also you can go for it. And for different classroom students or different standards, all the teachers can have their own code for meeting, and you can use it and enjoy your teaching learning process. This is very beautiful application. So now let us go to the next part, that is about Microsoft Teams. So let us have a small demo of it, that how to use Microsoft Teams. So for using Microsoft Teams, we need to go on office.com website. I'll show you how to do it. Let me share my screen with you. Here on the screen, you can see some options. Your Microsoft Team page will look like this. I have taken help of learnit.com. So here you can see the first option is add more people, create more channel, and open the FAQ. Okay, so whenever we want to use this for teaching learning purpose, there are many options available over here. You can see add more people is there, then create more channel is there. and open the FAQs. If you have any questions, you can ask those questions. What you have to do is just go on any, I'm using Google Chrome, so go on Chrome and type www.office.com and you will get this kind of options. You have to click on Teams. So when you click on Teams, your Microsoft Team will get downloaded in your computer or on your laptop. And when you open that, the screen will be like this. And this is having beautiful feature. You can get application here, left hand side, you can see over here. You can download it on your mobile device also. So one exe file gets downloaded. Once the file gets downloaded, you can use it for free. It's very user friendly, and it can mostly it is nowadays it is used for business purposes, for business meetings. But for teaching learning purpose also we can use it. It is getting downloaded now, so you can see over here it's taking some time to get downloaded. Once the exe file is downloaded on your computer, you will be able to use it. And on mobile also, it's very user friendly. Go in the Play Store of mobile and just download Microsoft Team, and you have to create your login and you can use that for your teaching learning purpose. So on the left hand side, you can see some options like activity, chat, teams, meetings, and files. And store is also there. So after getting the application, what you can do is just go on the next part, and this screen is visible to you. And you can create some channels also for your students if you want. And join or create a team. It will ask you want to join or create a team. If I want to create a team, I will create a team. It will look like this. So after creating a team, again there is an option of join a meet with a code. So I click on create a team because I want to use it for my students, or you can book a club. You can have many other groups also, means for your friends, for your some other social activities. If you want to create more groups, you can create with the same login. So here are some examples I have given. So book club, if you want to book a club, so I will go on it and I will book a club. I will go to the general, then thinking in bits is there. So it will show me a page like this. What I can do is I will just go on the create a team again, and I will click on it, and it will create team for me. I will give name to the team, whatever name you want to give. So it will ask me for some description that for what purpose you want to create this team. So if it is for some social meeting or for teaching learning purpose or for colleagues, you can use this. For private, public option is also available. So whoever is having that code, that person will be able to join. So if you want a closed meeting, you can use private, or you can give the access to public also. If you send this through your social media, so all the people will be able to see your meeting and they can join your meeting. Okay. And you have a create a team using an existing team as a template also, and create a team from an existing Office 365 group. If you have already some group members who are using this application, who are very much aware about this, so you can add them from the group only, or you can use it as a template. So once I click on next option, it is creating a team for me. So new team will get created. And if I want to add members, I can type their name, I can type their email ID, and I can add the members. All the members will get added. I have to click on add once I add the person. So members will be visible to me. If I want to remove any member, I can click on cross button, or I can click on yes button if I want to create the member. And once member is created, you can give ownership, or you can give only membership to that person. So I will click on member only. If I want to remove, I can remove the person. So once I have added the person here, so that person will be member of this group, and in my meeting option, it will be visible to me that this person is added. So again, there is a training team and general option is there. So if you want to do it for some training purpose, on the right hand side there are 3 dots and some options are available. That is manage team, add channel. You can remove favorite, you can have favorite option also if any group is favorite to move, if you want to have some quick action in that. Manage team is there, add channel is there, add member. If I click on add members option, again I can add from there also. I can put name of people, it will automatically get added over here. So it is very easy to add members to my groups. So if I have the names or email IDs of my students, I can easily add those members to my group. And let us go to the next part. Once I join or create it, this kind of screen is visible where it will show members of the group, pending request, channel and setting. So if you want to create channel, if you want to search the member, you can search. Now here only 3 members are there. And if you go on the next part, that is on general, again you will be able to add some new features to it. And again you can give some channel name. That means multiple channels you can create over here. You can give names to the channels and you can add those people here. So it is if you are on the screen of your team, you can upload any kind of file. So here you can see some options are available where you can attach some file. Attachment is available. Then you can add some emojis also. If any GIF you want to add, you can add. You can select the member directly and you can reply to that person if anybody has given a message. It's like a WhatsApp screen. What we can see on WhatsApp, it will look like WhatsApp screen and you will be able to see the messages from the members of the team. So once you see the message, you can have individual reply to the person or you can reply in the group. And there is a beautiful feature available that it will show that you have replied to this conversation. Then in the, if you click on the person's name, you will be able to see some other features also. If you want to remove that person from here, you can remove also. If you want to attach some file, you can attach, you can browse Teams channels, you can attach from OneDrive, you can upload from your computer also. So this facility is available that directly you can attach the file. Like we do in some emails or something. The emojis are also there. You can add some emoji if you want, like WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is providing emoji. Teams is also providing emoji. You can have some GIF and you can select some picture. If you select the camera, you can directly have a video call with that person and your face will be visible to that person and you can directly speak in the video. So this is a beautiful feature of Microsoft Teams, and if you want to delete that video, that facility is also available. So my friends, this is one of the beautiful and important tool in Microsoft Teams. Many options are available over there, and it is like creating your own team and having a good conversation among that team. So you all with your students and you will be a team member of that group. If you have added some other colleague or principal of the school or any other higher authorities, you can make the owner of that group and they can use or access that messages of the team very easily. And whenever you want to upload any kind of study material, you can upload, as I showed you, you can upload some PPT, you can upload some file from your Google Drive also, from web also, from your computer also. So uploading files is available over there and immediately students can comment on that. Immediately you will get reply to that. So it's very handy and useful. Most of you are using WhatsApp. So it's like a WhatsApp group. Whenever you want to have chat with somebody, you can chat immediately. And you can have that same access on your mobile also. So while you are doing some other work, you can have a chit chatting with your students. It is all the time available. Even students can ask questions to any time and you can reply to children. You can have video conferencing, you can have video call, you can upload file to a student. If you want to take any assessment, you can put question paper in the group and the student might be able to answer your queries. They facility for members, that is students will be available, that they can upload some files of answer sheets. So this is one of the wonderful application or platform. If you have missed any part of it or if you want to see it again, go on my YouTube channel, go on YouTube and type my name, Sandhya Kedekar, and you will be able to see this video again. So try to log in it, try to download it on mobile and your laptop both, and try to explore it. It is very wonderful and it's free, and again it's very safe to use. So let us have some more demonstrations. Thank you, dear friends. And dear participants, let me share with you some of the more features of Google. Let us go on again with my Gmail account. And here you can see on the right hand side, some features are there. Like I have my drive. I think most of you are aware about how to work with your Google Drive. In Google Drive, whatever you download from your Gmail account, it gets stored here. And if I want to upload any file, it gets uploaded. Here, if you click on the left hand side in new, if I click here, there are options of file upload, folder upload, Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and more. If you see over here, Google Docs we saw yesterday. There is an option of Google Sheets where you can use it like an Excel sheet. Google Slides option is also very beautiful. You just explore this. Then we have Google Forms, Google Drawings, Google My Maps, Google Sites. You can create your own website with Google Sites. I will show how. Let us have, and there is Google App Script and Google Jamboard also. So let us go on the Google Sites. So from Google Drive also you can go, or from here also. There is one option. If you go on this icon, there is a option of sites. Okay. So here you can see sheets is there, slides are there, then docs, books, blogger, so many options are there. So it's wonderful, really wonderful. So let me take you to the next part. So when you open the Google Sites, or one more way is that type in the Google sites.google.com. It will ask you to log in. Just log in with your Google ID. And this kind of page will be available. This is a front page of your website. If you want to give title, you can give title. For example, if I am creating this for particular subject, or I am creating a for personal profile, so you can give a personal name if you are creating for personal profile. If you want to create it for your school or for any business purpose or some social groups, you can give that kind of name. So here I am creating for my personal profile, so I will give my name here. So let us begin with it. Okay, so I can change the text if I want. So I can change the style. I can add some image if I want. I will make it little small and drag it over. So it will my full name like this. So if I want to change image, background image, I can change the image. I can upload it from somewhere, or I can select the image. Let us see if there is any images there. I'm selecting the image. So I can select it from here. I can select it from my Google Drive, your album, search, and my URL. You can go on a website and can select the image, whatever you want. So I'm just randomly selecting one. Let me check which. I'm selecting this one for the purpose. And when I select the background image will get changed. You can have some header type and you can adjust it. And here, if you want to add some image, you can add. You can add footer here. If you see here is a text box. If I click on text box is here. So if you want to add some image, you can add image, you can upload it or you can select it. There are some images already here. So I'll select it from Google image search. So let me select, or I can select it from my photos. If I want to select it from my photos, this facility is available. So if I want to select it from Google Drive, I can select it from Google Drive. So these things are available here. And you can embed it. If I want to add something from Google Drive, I will just click on my Google Drive and it will get uploaded here. If I want to type something here, I can type. I can type my designation or my qualification, whatever you want to display. Okay, here. You can change the font size, you can change the color. And in insert, there are some options like layout is there. So you can select any layout. Collapsible text is also available. You can insert some tables, images, button, divider, placeholder. And if I click on YouTube, it will take me to my YouTube. So if I want to see, okay, so I'll search my YouTube. It is searching. And if I want to add some video from my YouTube channel, so I'll select the video and it will get added here. So my video is available over here. So if anybody wants to see my video from my YouTube channel, so it is available on my website. So you can add some map if you want, location if you want to place some docs, some slides and sheets. Okay, if I go on slides, it will ask me that what kind of slide you want to insert here. For example, for yesterday's session, I had created one PPT, so I will insert that here. So if I select that PPT will get inserted on my site. Okay, so it got inserted, so anybody can see it. I can resize it if I want. And there is one more option on the right hand side, that is pages. If you want to add more pages, you can add. You can give new link, you can add new page. So multiple pages you can add on your site. And I can select some themes. If I want to change the color, I can select the theme of the website. I can have some templates over here. So some themes are already available over here. So if I select this one, it will get changed. And let me change again. I have selected this one. So again it got changed. So I can select the theme for my website. I can add any text, any image, any video, any PPT, whatever I want to add to this. And I have to click on publish. Once everything is created, you can see some pictures over here. Preview, I can see. So my website will look like this. So you can see the preview. So this is the name of my website. I will just randomly selected my name. You can select any title. And here my designation and qualification is there. One video I inserted and one PPT I inserted over here. So let me go again with that page. So this my website will look like this. I can copy the link. I can add, share with others. If I want to share with others, it will ask me to share with whom. I can share with the help of link. It will give me a link. Okay. So I can share my website. There is a setting option in setting. You can change the navigation, brand images, viewers, tools. Many options are there. You just explore it, my friends, and you can see how to use it. It's very wonderful. And here are 3 dots in more. You can see the version history, who has visited, duplicate site you can make. You can report a problem. You have privacy policy of your own website. Then terms of services there, help and paper tool. And when I click on publish, it will directly get published. And it will give me my URL. So whenever I click on that URL, my website is available on the Google. So anybody in the world will be able to see my website. So I'm requesting all of you to make use of all these facilities which are freely available. I request all of you to use this sites.google.com and create your own website, and just you can add your content daily for your students. You can use it for some other social activities. You can use it as a personal website. For example, if you are a history teacher, wonderful PPTs and videos you can put on it. If you are a mathematics or geography teacher, you can have some demonstration. You can put some images, maps. So all things are available. So very beautiful feature Google Sites is having. Let me show you one more wonderful feature of it. That is Google Jamboard. So if you go on this 9 dots and again here Jamboard option is there, it will look like this, or you can go on Google and type jamboard.google.com. And I have created some Jamboards already here, but let me create new one. On right hand side down, you have a new Jam option, plus sign is there. You just click on the plus sign and the screen of Jamboard will be available. It is taking a few seconds to create. So this is a new screen of Jamboard. I can use it as a whiteboard. If I want to change the background of this is my Jamboard. So I want to change the background. I can select any color. Okay. If I want some grid lines or I want to plain, I can have some dots on it. I can clear the frame from here. And let me show you. Okay, I'll select this color. Okay. And there is a pen available. If I want to write something, I can write over here. If I want to rub it, I can rub it with this eraser. I can select some shapes. So I can add some sticky notes. This is one of the wonderful feature of Jamboard. So you can see over here, if I want to add some sticky note, if I am selecting this color and I am adding it. Okay. It's giving some error. So if I want to add, it gets added actually. I think the background is in green lens not accepting. If I want to add some image, I can add image from anywhere. I can add image from my pictures gallery, or I can add image from some URL or some website. So I am adding this picture of the boy. Okay. So if I select it, it's getting uploaded now, and it will be visible on my Jamboard. So it is available over here. Okay. The laser point is available if I want to point out something. If I want to clear the frame, it gets clear. Okay. So let me show you some Jamboard options available already in my. So this is one of the Jamboard I already made. If I want to sticky note, I don't know why it is not getting selected. There is some issue with this now. Otherwise, it's very wonderful thing that you try. There is some error coming up with my laptop. So let us have one more Jamboard which I want to show you. Here it is. I don't know. It's not getting enabled now. But I think some error is occurring here. You can share the Jamboard with anybody who you want. And this you can use as a tool for your teaching and for the purpose of showing some demonstration or writing something or putting some images on it. You can show some figures, you can add some charts and some chart boxes. So this is one of the wonderful tool here. Again, let me go to the Google Drive, and if I want to add something to Google Drive, how we do it? Just go on new. And in new, if I want to upload some file, it will ask me to upload file or upload folder. Many times what happens, there is much data available in our laptop and we want to clear that data. So what we can do is, Just upload all the folders on your Google Drive, and whenever you want in future, it will be available to you. So click on folder upload, and whichever folder I want to upload, it will get uploaded. For example, let me select this one, this STI FDP. So if I select on upload, it will get uploaded over here. It will take you minutes to upload, and it will get uploaded. So I need not to worry to carry that folder with me. Or nowadays there is no necessity of pen drives also. Means what we do now, many times we try to have some folders or files handy. And previously, we were very anxious about carrying pen drive, because if we are attending any course or we are sharing something with our students, so before going to the classroom, we always were worried that is my file stored in the pen drive, it will work or not, if my pen drive does not get connected, what will happen? So my teacher friends, I would suggest you, don't carry any pen drive, laptop, nothing with you. Just whatever folder you created or whatever study material you want to store that thing in your Google Drive. And from that Google Drive, you can access that from anywhere in the world. Because whatever is, important thing here is storing the data. Planning the things, storing the data, and delivering it to the students, that should go smoothly. So we have to learn all these techniques, because before 1 year, I was always carrying my pen drive with me, and I was very anxious. If my pen drive gets corrupted, what will happen? It will open with that session or not? If it is not opening, what I will do? You don't have to worry about it. Google Drive has given a wonderful facility to do. And it immediately, in few minutes, few seconds, it get uploaded. You can upload any file in it, and you can access any time. You can create your Word file in Google Docs, and you can open and you can change that. You can share that link with anybody. Even the other person who is opening that file, it is not necessity that he or she should carry the pen drive or any other material. So these things are made very easy and available nowadays. We must know that. You might be using Google Drive very frequently, but those who are not using it frequently, I am sharing this information for them. So try to explore yourself, try to store all the things on cloud, because cloud is providing free space to us till 15 GB. If you have more data than 15 GB in Google Drive, it will ask you to purchase very minimum amount, monthly, I think 130 rupees, you can purchase that, and you can store whatever data you want on the cloud with the help of your Gmail account. What you need is just a Gmail account, and it will create wonders in your life. It is one of the beautiful things that I learned and I wanted to share. So thank you for the day. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can put in the chat box. I will try to answer all the queries. Thank you so much, participants. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm getting some questions in the chat box, and I'm very happy with the enthusiasm of the participants. I got many calls yesterday, and I got many messages on my personal Telegram asking that they have created their own Google Classroom, they have created their own Google Forms, and they were so enthusiastic to share all those things with me. So I want to tell all the participants that I'm happy that you are doing this. You are creating Google Classrooms, you are creating Google Docs. Keep doing that. Yesterday, we actually focused on creating classrooms and how to use it for teaching learning purpose. Today, we had Google Meet and Microsoft Team. It can be used for interaction with your students. You can take lectures live with help of these tools. And with help of Google Drive, actually, I repeated the thing of Google's site intentionally, because I got many calls from school teachers that their school is asking them to have their own website. And they must upload some study material, as we all are working from home. So we have to upload some study material on our wall. So it is free website. So you can create your site with help of Google site. I repeated the thing today also, and I showed how to do that. and you can create your own site, and you can work on it. You can upload your videos, you can upload your study material, you can upload your PowerPoint presentations. Some questions are there in chat box. I will take few questions from there. Akriti Telang, she is asking how many children can join the app at a time. So Akriti, actually for Google Meet and Microsoft Teams, now for latest version, 250 participants are allowed. Previously for Microsoft Teams, it was 49. And that means including host 50 participants. And for Google Meet, it was 100. But now they have increased the limit and it is for free. You don't have to pay anything for it. You can add 250 participants in this app. Rosania is asking, can we record the session? Yes, why not? You can record the session anytime. You need that you are a host. And if anybody else want to record the session, you need to give that authority to the participant. So you can record the session, not an issue. Vrushali Sankhe is asking, is it manageable from mobile? Yes, very much. Both the applications, even yesterday's application, Google Classroom, Google Form, Google Docs, and Microsoft Teams and Google Meet also, we can use it with help of mobile also. So it is not mandatory that you should carry your laptop and everything with you every time. So if you have your mobile with you, you can use all this application and it is free. And Shona Patil is asking, can we keep participants in waiting room? Yes, we can keep participants in waiting room and we can admit them. For how long sessions can be extended? Now, as these platforms are free and they have not given any limit, on Microsoft Teams, you can have number of hours, whatever time you want to extend the session, you can extend. But if you are using it for more than 250 participants, you have to purchase it in a very low cost. You just go on the website of Microsoft 365, you will be able to see that. Sarita Sharma, does Google Meet provides a feature of virtual background? Yes. Previously, it was not providing, but nowadays, in this lockdown period only, I think they have opened some virtual backgrounds and very beautiful virtual backgrounds are available. And both the applications, they are providing their virtual backgrounds now. Upasana Singh is asking, can we change the background? Yes, the same question. Yes, we can change the background. You can add virtual background also. You can add any photograph. You can add slide of any PowerPoint. You can have your PowerPoint on your background when you are talking, but it must be in a form of image. Only images you can upload and you can have that in your background. Dr. Albin Alfonso is asking, how can a teacher share two screens at the same time? So let me tell you, sir, at a time, we can share only one screen. If you want to duplicate scenes to show, you can have it on one image, on one platform, on one PowerPoint presentation, and you can show it to the students. But at one time, you can share only one image. You have to stop the previous sharing when you want to show the other image. Can we conduct exams on Microsoft Teams? Actually, Microsoft Teams provide platform to interact with your students. And one more facility is available that you can upload files. If you have any question paper ready, you can upload that file in, you can with insert option in Microsoft Team, and you can conduct examination. It can be offline. So Microsoft Team doesn't allow you online examination. There are some other tools which I'll be taking on last day of faculty development program. So I'll be showing you what kind of assessment tools are available. Many people are asking about how to assess and how to conduct examinations. Actually, there are different applications available for conducting online examinations. I'm going to take a whole session on that, and we will have more knowledge about that what kind of applications are available and which apps we can use for online assessment. Microsoft Teams is free. Will any email ID work? Yes, with any email ID, you can join it. How to take screenshots in these apps? Priya Deshpande is asking. Yes, Priya, you can take screenshot with your laptop also and from your mobile also. While I'm doing this session, you can take screenshot of my YouTube channel also. So it is possible to take screenshot of any recorded session. If you are a participant or your student want to see your slides again and teacher is not sharing that, or teacher is not giving all those PowerPoint presentation, student can always take a screenshot and you can refer it afterwards. How many participants can be added in a team? I just saw in latest version there are 250 participants, and in Microsoft Team, actually Google Forms is also available. So you can upload, you can create your form, you can create your question paper, and Microsoft Forms are also available like Google Form. So for example, yesterday I have a demonstration of Google Form, and this is facility provided by Google. So Microsoft 365 is also providing a facility of Microsoft Form. So you can create your own Microsoft Form, and in the form of your assessment sheet or in the form of question paper, and you can share with your students, and students can answer to your question paper. That is possible. What is the best software to record videos? This question is by Muniva Payak. So Muniva, actually tomorrow we are having a whole session about this, how to record your sessions. And if you don't have any facility at home, you don't have big cameras and all the setup of recording room, and you don't have all the gadget and stand for your mobile and all that, with some Indian jugaad, I'm going to show you how you can record your sessions in effective manner with just a mobile. Because there is tabletop facility available, there are many types of video creation. So I'll actually conduct a whole session tomorrow, that how to record your sessions, how to create your video. And I want all of you to create your own video of a lecture of 5 minutes. And on last day, I will be sharing my email ID, and you will send one recorded video to me. And I will be more happy if you actually do it. Because in this faculty development program, my intention is you don't just listen what we are telling you. You have to create all these things. You have to learn these things. You have to apply these things for your students. You just created some Google Classrooms yesterday. Don't forget that you have to create your video also. So tomorrow I will show you how to create video, and you can create your own video for 4 or 5 minutes. You can add some PowerPoint presentation in it. You can add your voice, you can add your images, you can have yourself in the video. And with help of mobile applications only, how you can record the screen, how you can record your pages when you are writing on it. And there are some whiteboards also available in those applications. So I will take that session tomorrow, and I will show you actual demonstration how to record the video and some examples of my recorded videos also. So we are having that session tomorrow. Then Asha Mohan is asking, how do we show videos of for history? So Asha, there is not a constraint of any subject. Actually, any subject teacher can show videos of history or any other subject, science, mathematics. So in tomorrow's session, I will actually demonstrate that how to record video, and how, if you want to put something about history or geography or science, how to put all that material in your video. I'll do that tomorrow. Shweta Joshi is asking, in Zoom, we are able to share screen and video link can be shared. What about Google Meet? Yes, in Google Meet also we can share our video. Any kind of file can be shared in it, not an issue. I already told you in my session. Can we teach graphs on Jamboard? Yes, graph facility is also available. You can draw graphs, you can add tables, you can add some text. It is possible. Nina Rakesh is asking, for live sessions, should we prepare all the content beforehand and save? Yes, it's necessary. Nina, when you are in live session, you need a lot of preparation. In tomorrow's session, I will deal more on that, because when you are recording anything, if you are live with the students, you need everything with you. Means first thing is script writing. You need to know what kind of script you will be having. It is not necessary always to write the script. It should be planned in your mind, that for that 1 hour session to your students, what exactly the content for that 1 hour, and how you are going to deliver it, what kind of gadgets you are using, what kind of study material you are using. Are you using PowerPoint Are you showing some live demonstration? Are you using your email account to show some demos? So everything we need lot of preparation before going live. So it's not a easy task. Preparation is necessary, and I will give some tips for that in tomorrow's session, because tomorrow's session is about creating your own video and uploading it on your own YouTube channel. So by tomorrow, you all participants, you will have your own YouTube channel. So in day after tomorrow, you can share that you have created your YouTube channel and you have uploaded one video. You have to do that tomorrow. Then can we have live class in Google Classroom? Narendra is asking, is Google Meet support YouTube Live, and how is there chatting option in Teams? Yes, if there is chatting option in Team, like WhatsApp chat, you can chat in Google Meet. But let me tell you, in Google Classroom, live classroom option is not available. What you can do is you can schedule it for later, or you can upload your recorded lecture in Google Classroom, and student will be able to see that lecture at their own time. So we cannot have live lecture in Google Classroom. It is an offline lecture. So you have to just upload your study material. You just have to upload your lecture, and student will be observe it. Student can comment on it. Student can reply to your questions in it. Or you can give a particular time. For example, if you are using Google Classroom and if you have given time 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., and you ask children to come in front of the camera and let them comment something, and you can have a chat in the chat box of Google Classroom. So I think that's enough. Many questions are coming. I will try to answer in the Google chat only. We are running out of time. It's 11 already. So thank you, participants. I'm thankful to the STIE and EdFly team. Manisha is doing wonderful job. Over to you, Manisha. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Today we went into details on how to use Google Meets, Google for hosting sessions, and also about how to create our website. I will start with the questions that I have been getting since yesterday. And this particularly a problem that we are facing, our teachers are facing while registering, is because telecom operators in India since yesterday are not been able to deliver the OTP messages for quite a few areas, and that is something beyond our control. And we've been waiting, and we've been interacting with telecom operators, and they are saying that it will get resolved in a couple of hours. And even today, more than 20 hours we've been waiting, and it's still there. So to solve this problem, particularly for our participants at the session today, we will be removing the OTP restriction for teachers to be able to register. So if you have not been able to register, we will address that. About 12:30, we will have this option open for teachers. It will be for limited time. As I mentioned, it will be only for our participants for the session today here watching us. Also, there have been quite a few teachers who have been able to complete till content upload part. Now I will go back a couple of steps before we move forward on the features part. There were many questions that we received today, and which are about whether it's secured or not, whether we can record the session or not. We have Google Classrooms, we have Microsoft, we have Google Meet, we have, there was one question again that was asked, there are so many tech tools available for teaching. Which one to use? Can a primary, pre-primary teacher use a platform, Google Meet or Microsoft, or which one? To sum it all, I would say, continuing with my last statement yesterday, that EdFly Learn is being designed to keep you up with all of this that you have across multiple platforms in single platform. So when you register with EdFly Learn, you can register as a pre-primary teacher and take live lectures with your small kids with their parents sitting along with them. Or we can have 5-year-old, 6-year-old kids with security that are supposed to be maintained during hosting the session, with the seamless experience of live streaming that we should be having. So Zoom, supposedly, after experimenting with a lot of other tools, we've realized that Zoom is more seamless and light and easy for a lot of our teachers who are not tech savvy. So we've kept Zoom, alternatives are there. So all the features that you get in Zoom are available in Edfly Learn Learning Management Solution. All the content options that you have used for Google Form, YouTube, Google Doc, or normal Microsoft document, Excel, sheet, presentation, PowerPoint, all of this can be available, is available for teachers when they're using LMS. So basically what we've tried doing is that all the things that we on a day-to-day basis require and are already comfortable with, there is a lot of things that we need to learn in terms of best practices, how to ensure the teaching is effective when we are doing online sessions, how to make sure that the question answers, the assessments, the queries, the journals, the practical sessions are impactful. So we have to learn quite a lot in how to make a website, how to make a video, which we had not done earlier. So to be able to remove a new learning of those things which we had already learned and have been using, we have tried putting it all together in single platform. And Edfly Learn provides that with an ease, which means if you've done if you've used Word document, the same Word document will be used here on Edfly Learn platform. If you're already comfortable with certain set of videos that you have made or you are using of online open content available, you have the choice of using those too. If you believe you want to create something new of your own, as Sandhya ma'am mentioned that we will be learning tomorrow, those videos can also be used on Edfly Learn. We can have all the features of Zoom, which means students can engage over chat. We can have open video sessions, audio video. We can have a whiteboard option as we have on Zoom. We can mute and mute students. We can allow only when you as a teacher allow students to open their mic and start to talk. All these restrictions and the flexibility you get of all the platforms that you are already using and that we have discussed in the first half of the session. The Microsoft features that are available can also be used on the platform Edfly Learn. So making it simple as you go, and I wouldn't really get into the details of which button to click unless we have already some of you using it. And I am taking this approach instead of starting from the stepwise follow process for Edfly Learn, because we've received feedback from our previous sessions that it is very simple and it does not require that kind of detailed demonstration. I understand many of you who've not been able to get the OTP must be seeing that if we cannot get into this platform, how would we know whether it is user friendly or not? So to solve that problem, we've already commented that we'll be able to address that for future. One more point that comes along with Edfly Learn is that one, we will have it in regional languages. So if you want to upload content in Marathi, Bengali, Tamil, Malayali, Bengali, any language, regional language, Hindi, English, Sanskrit, all of that can be put up there on the channel. And you can use your daily, the typical format that you've been teaching in physical classroom, you can continue with that. It's secured, as I've mentioned, it is for practical sessions. So because you have whiteboard, because you have live lectures, because you have the option of taking notes, you can take all those practical sessions one-on-one or in the group or in the batches as per your time schedule. It is not limited by the number of hours if you are going with Edfly Learn. So this tool is free for teachers. It is available for number of hours that you want to. There is no 40-minute limitation for this, even if you're using Zoom. The quality and security, the two aspects that you don't get when you're using Zoom for free, we've covered that for you. So if you register with Edfly Learn and using as a teacher, you're not paying anything. You're using it for as long as you want, using it for as big a bunch of students that you want to cover. You're using it for the type of student base or parent base you want to address. You can do your parent teachers meeting. You can do all type of attendance option is available. So all the things that we discussed previously or questions that were asked have been covered. I will take a couple of more questions that were coming directly on the chat group. So question is, Bonusari Mazumdar, in Zoom, how student can use whiteboard? So whiteboard option, because it's available for Zoom, and with Edfly Learn, Zoom is what we have integrated. So you get to use whiteboard also. Virtual background, we can have virtual background as we can have in Zoom. YouTube link, I've mentioned already, YouTube link can be integrated to the platform Edfly Learn. Breakout, do we have anything like breakout? Yes. In Zoom, again, since we have it, we will have that feature with Edfly Learn also. I'll take a quick look at the platform today. I will not get into details because of the technical problem that we are facing. So here, yesterday, we discussed about how the registration can be done. For those of you who've not been able to register as yet, once you register, you will see all these numbers will be blank for you. Here we can see 21 courses, 30 total chapters, 226 total students, and pending approval. Now this feature is available wherein students need to be approved by the teacher before they can join in the session. This is only required in the first attempt. So when we are registering, we are filling the form for once. Same will be only done once by the students also, and only once teacher will require to approve the students. We have your content. So I will show you here. There are so many type of contents we have uploaded. How can we upload content? I had mentioned earlier, and as we check, as you explore, you will get to see these are the added courses. So here we can see there is no lesson added yet. We can start adding the content here. Now you see here, because I've decided to skip it and not added content now, I will be able to see it on my dashboard and add the content later. I've just added the topic. Okay. Now, if I want to add the content here, I have this big button that's available. Now, as we can see, we've added video here. We have a PowerPoint presentation added over here. So I will show you right now how we can add content and what are the types available. As you can see here in learning objectives, this is about before the session. If you want to tell students what is going to be the topic that will be covered and what are the learning objectives that we want to be addressed in the session. Pre-notes, if we want students to read something before the session starts. If we want to upload a video attachment, we can do the lecture scheduling here. We can put up post note. Session gets over when we want to give some post note for learning, studying a particular chapter or topic or any activity, homework that we want to give. I will start with video. Upload video option will allow us to upload saved videos, and YouTube link video will allow us to upload YouTube video taking from the YouTube channel or search box. Here in attachments, we can add any type of attachment, which includes Word document, PDF files, all these that you can see. PPT is available. We can upload all these type of documents. Excel sheets can be added here. We can upload any type of document that we want to use, be it Google document, be it a Microsoft document, can be attached and uploaded here for the students to see. The feature edit, publish, and delete allows us to make any change that we want to do after uploading the content. So publish button allows you to hold it. Say you have created a content and it is not 100% ready for the students to view it. So you will not publish it until you are ready. You can always make changes in the content that you have uploaded. Say I have already here a video added and I had not added any description for students to look at. So I will add I've written for the video, since it's an addition video, I have added students need to practice the addition shown in the video here and allow student to respond. This feature will enable them to respond to the video individually. So you will be able to see that every student when responds you will be able to see what they've written against the video or the content that you've uploaded. We had a question, how many students can join in a session? Up to 300 students can join in a particular batch for live lectures, which will allow you for video, audio, and chat. So this is for now. We will take remaining once we already have the first set topics covered. I will take questions. I'll see if there are questions on YouTube channel. I will take those. So Calvin Mack, is there any chance where you provide us with the printed copies as to how we could go about the system, since we are doing it for the first time? If we have in front of us, it'll be easier for us. We understand that it is not easy for all of us who are not tech savvy to understand everything in the first go. And for that, it's difficult because we're all locked down at our respective places to give you printed copies. Instead, we have put up videos of how-tos on small pieces of process that we have on the platform. You can watch those videos repeatedly on the loop until you get it. Not only that, we have our call center number. So I will show you here once. You can see this is the helpline number, which is available for teachers to call at any point of time when they are working on it and they find any difficulty in using the platform. They can call on this helpline number and they will definitely be able to get some help. The help is in terms of how to use the platform. I am not able to upload a content. Could you guide me? I have not understood anything. Please tell me how to use it from the scratch. Is it relevant for any particular subject or any particular stream? Any kind of product related queries can be addressed on this helpline number, and this is available for working hours all the time. Working hours, you can call on this number and get the query. This number, we also have our call center number where you can send us WhatsApp chat and we will definitely address those queries for you to guide you. We also have dedicated training sessions like the one detailed session that we are doing here with Sandhya ma'am. If you all are interested in that, we will put a question in the feedback form, and for those who respond and are interested in taking a detailed demonstration on each one module for day-long session, we can do that too. Is it possible to share YouTube video while online class or Google Meet or Google Classroom? You can share YouTube video on Edfly Learn. I'll answer that, and I'll leave Sandhya ma'am to answer the question for Google Meet and Google Classroom. Helpline number is visible once you log in. Right now, you can note it down. I'm reading it out for you. 9833 2777747 is the helpline number. For product related queries, you can ask about usage of the platform on this number. How can we conduct physics, chemistry, and biology practicals on Google Meet? Again, Sandhya ma'am will take this question. Helpline number we'll share in the Telegram group, and we will also share on YouTube chat. If any of you are interested in connecting with us, surely we'll be able to. How can we use for accountancy? As earlier Sandhya ma'am had mentioned, it is the way of teaching that we will have to understand from the technical perspective. The platform provides various options for you to reach out or explain your topic, be it mathematics, biology, physics, chemistry. Of course, we cannot do the lab experiments as we were able to do earlier, but whatever is possible within the classroom should be able to do using the platforms. And there are other tools that will also help us be a little more interactive and engaging and practical with our topics and chapters that we are covering.
Yeah, I think Manisha will answer all the queries in the chat box only. We can conclude. We are running out of time.
Sure. So this is it for now. We will announce on the group when we have our OTP disabled for our participants today. We've also had a lot of participants from outside India. We would like to welcome you separately again, because we understand there is a lot that's happening across the country and across the world. And we've tried bridging some gaps in terms of understanding technology and building tech-savvy teachers. So please feel free to ask your questions. Apply Learn is open to accept your registrations also on the platform. You can see all those options available. Reach out to us on our WhatsApp, email ID and helpline numbers that will be shared on the Telegram group. Thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you, Sandhya ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.